What's a good word, everybody? I'm Kenny Varner, the owner of SportsBooks.com. I ask you to check out my site and also check out my YouTube channel and for all the great content and subscribe. So we got the LSU Tigers here. This all starts with Jaden Daniels, who is obviously no longer there for the mighty LSU Tigers. How much of a huge thing was that? Without him, uh, they are like not good at all. Why? They could still put up some points, maybe, but they could not stop a single soul. They went to the portal to try to get that taken care of this year. Their total wins at 9.5. Under is at minus 160, and I think it's kind of for good reason. But I think the schedule makers did them a bit of a favor as they avoid Texas, Georgia, and Tennessee. And when we go through the schedule, you see how they have an advantage over Ole Miss, even though Ole Miss is number 6 in the country. So you got to start with the quarterback. Nussmeier came in the bowl game. You take this with a grain of salt because you don't know how people play in the bowl game, but 395. It's good to have him have some success before. And when they open it with USC, who had a poor defense, might be okay. And if he gets confidence there, and then Nichols, and then at South Carolina, this team could really get on a roll. We'll go through the schedule in a second. Can Brian Kelly take this team to the next level where not only they compete for an SEC title or at least be close enough to maybe making it to the 12-team tournament? All these teams now that are good might not be as good as Georgia or like Bama used to be, as good as Bama used to be. They can still might be able to sneak their way into the playoffs. Um, they have two junior tackles coming back, which are really big, really big. The most important. They are inexperienced at center. Now, again, I like the way their first 5 games set up so that we can see if they can come together. So that offensive line is a question mark as we open the season. Let's look at this team and their schedule. USC in Vegas. Two teams that want to prove something. Now, USC's defense was lacking just as much. I mean, this could be an over as you look at it just on the surface. I mean, there's no Caleb Williams and there's no Jaden Daniels, but these defenses were so lacking that the talent on offense could be a thing. They come back for Nichols, which is fine, and then they go to South Carolina, who I think is going to be a little bit down. And, if you're good, you're going to take care of South Carolina, even on the road. UCLA juiced to the under, minus 180, under 5.5 wins. This shouldn't be a good UCLA team. LSU should take care of them and South Alabama. Although South Alabama did take out UCLA. But still, if you're LSU, you want to do something, you have a chance at being 5-0. You're 14th in the country. USC's no gimme at South Carolina. On the road in the SEC, you never can tell. UCLA thinks they're going to step up. But you have a chance of being 5-0. And maybe at worst 4-1. Then you have your week off, so you have 2 weeks to prepare for Ole Miss. Why is that great? Ole Miss has a road game at South Carolina the week before, so you got a scheduling spot advantage. Do you have the talent to keep up with Ole Miss, to maybe have your portal defense ready now, and to you have them coming into your park probably on a night game? And then you have a letdown game against Arkansas, which will be Arkansas Super Bowl. You can see a video that I did here on my YouTube channel. Tells about Arkansas and how down I am on them. At A&M, there's a tricky spot. I always talk about A&M as a tricky spot. 8.5 wins, could definitely lose. Then they have a week off. Then Alabama comes in. We talked about Alabama and how, this could be a playoff eliminator. They could be both sitting with 1 or 2 losses. Then they go to Florida, and I've talked about Florida and how horrible their schedule is, how it's the toughest November schedule. They might be beat up by then. Then Vandy comes in, will be a win, and then Oklahoma. Another. These are the type of teams, if they get confident, these could be elimination games when they play Alabama or Oklahoma. What's the overall feel on LSU? If the quarterback comes up, and the only way the quarterback's going to come up if the offensive line comes up. Their defense might still struggle, but I can't see it being as bad as it was last year. So I look at this team. They're going to have to pull out some close games. LSU against USC, Ole Miss, at A&M, Alabama, even at Florida and Oklahoma. They're going to have to pull out a bunch of close wins, I think, to be in the conversation for the top 12. So that's what we got with LSU. Remember, SportsBooks.com is the name of my site. We love betting on sports, and come sign up at my YouTube channel so you just know every time a video goes up, because we just want to do video after video. We're going to do almost every college football team and preview them in snippets like this. So we'll see you in the next video, and let's make money.